What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel today. We are back on, I can't remember the name of this game, Assetto Corsa. There we go. I'm tired. Assetto Corsa today for another episode of my Hot Lap Challenge series fun thing, where we take various race cars and sports cars, high-end sports cars, and take them to Laguna, Seca, and Monza, put them through their paces, and compile a leaderboard. Today we have none other than the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. One of the more premier cars from when I was around 15-ish years old. Obviously, Sesto Elemento is sixth element, which is carbon. This is kind of an experiment. Expression is the word I'm looking for. There we go. This was an expression by Lamborghini on the Lamborghini LP platform for the Gallardo 560, 570. I don't remember exactly which, of kind of purely what they could do with a car if they didn't have to make it safe and road legal and all those things. So it's kind of a race car for the street in theory. I don't believe they ever made any of these for like customer purchasing use or whatever, because they're only legal in track days, at least in the United States, until 25 years after their creation. So let's say this is 2010. I don't remember exactly when these were, but let's say it's 2010 till 2035. After that, you can drive whatever on the road. I guess it doesn't matter. So just a purely experimental thing by Lamborghini. They partnered with Callaway, the golf company, to kind of produce their driver heads back in the day, if I remember correctly, because they couldn't justify having a full carbon plant for carbon fiber and then only making 30 cars a year or whatever. So they kind of offset some of that cost with Callaway. But this was kind of the car that was most notable for that. So ready to rock and roll. All right, get everything set. Gotta make sure I got my everything where I want it. There we go. All right, so gonna do the same as usual at Laguna Seca and Monza. One out lap, one warm-up lap, and then one timed flying lap that'll go on the leaderboard, regardless of whether or not I make a mistake. I think that's only fair. So yeah, we're gonna see what this car is about. Obviously, exceptionally fast. Just a beautiful car. Look at that V10. Unbelievable car, but gonna just as usual use the default setup. Yeah, so I think this car is, I don't know for sure and I can't really tell. I want to say that this car is pretty much slick tired, which is obviously for a street car would be absolutely bonkers and you'd die if there was any moisture or anything at all. But I think this is a slick tired car, so it should be pretty fast in the corners as well. Has relative amount of aero, underbody and stuff like that. So we'll give it a roll, see what it's got. Obviously, you're basically strapped to the chassis in this car, so actually in this car the steering wheel and the pedals and stuff would move around depending on your size, not the seat. You're kind of part of the chassis almost in that regard, but just a gorgeous sound, of course. Lamborghini V10s, not quite like a V12 sound, but much more reliable. So here we go. Absolutely insane car, but still a street car. The last couple episodes we've had some race cars with some classic Formula 1 cars, as well as the Audi R18. This will not be touching those cars, at least the 98 and the Audi, as a street car, technically. But I'm curious to see how it stacks up. Certainly the 49 among other older race cars, I guess. So should still be pretty dang fast, but obviously if I stop driving it like a full-on race car, that would be helpful. It still is, in essence, a street car. Still has a normal body, a relatively little aero. Again, not race brakes or anything, so very high performance car, but still not a race car, so I gotta talk my brain out of it. Even though it's been a little while since I've recorded one of these, I'm still in race car mode, just thanks to iRacing, F1 recordings, and some other stuff, so should be a great lap though. We'll see what we can muster. Hoping to be around the C8, I think that, or C8, C7R. Probably not quite that fast, but that would be, I guess, a fair comparison for what we have on the board so far. Oh, it understeers quite a lot. I think it's four-wheel drive as well, which might be a little bit of the problem. Obviously, a bonkers fast car, maybe not necessarily the greatest handling car. There we go, off the last quarter. Start finish line, start our warm-up lap. It does have 6 gears, I want to give that a check. Yeah, not as fast through the corners as I thought it may be. Interesting. Downshift protection. Stupid. If you want me to rev it up and blow it up, then so be it. There we go. Might be able to use first through there. Probably better just to go in second. Understeer. A little bit unfortunate. I expected this to be kind of more of a monster. It's really kind of not. Definitely want third through there on the hot lap. Also definitely want second through there. So that's the warm-up lap. We learned a lot. Great to see what the time flying lap could be here. A pretty tricky track for this car. I guess it's not really a point score type of car. Just about get stopped. A little bit deep in the Andretti hairpin. We made it. Just kind of late apex and call it good. So I had to grab second there at the last moment. A little bit of a four-wheel slide there again. The car is pretty understeery. I guess that makes sense. I wasn't really expecting that, but I guess it makes sense. Kind of between gears in a lot of these corners around this track. Not really geared for a track like this, second and third gear between the two. Again, a little bit of slide to the King 3 Hall straight up towards the corkscrew. Just about get the thing stopped, turned in. There's a lot of the apron there, made it. A little bit better, still not great. Slide through there, missed everything. Just about keep it on track. Had to grab second there just to help get through. Decent enough through the last corner. Pretty tricky car to get the maximum out of. I'm a little bit surprised at that. But that's a lap, so the lap time is going to be a 31.464, so that's not as fast as some of the hyper fast stuff. Alright, find my list here for Laguna, and the Sesto Elemento will slot in actually behind the 49. I was kind of expecting it to be faster in the 49. But hey, there it is. Lambo Sesto Elemento. 131.464. So the Lotus 49, if you don't remember back to that one, did 130.3. So just about 1 second faster in this car. This is about 8.5 seconds faster than the base C7. So interesting. I kind of expected a little bit more out of it. I don't really know what to expect at Monza now. If we'll just check this while it's loading us in here. Monza looks like in the 49 I ran 153 dead, which was about 0.8 slower than the C7R. So I don't know. I guess this is going to be an interesting one because I expected this to be pretty damn fast, but I don't know. So same deal. We'll do out lap. Oh yeah, from four-wheel drive. We just went straight there. Didn't four-wheel at all. So yeah, we'll do this out lap here. Try to learn something. Do a warm-up lap. Try to learn a little bit more, and then give it one flyer and see what we got. Tricky car to get the maximum of. I was kind of expecting this to be, you know, very floaty and airy, but I don't know. Should be able to use first through there. Of course, we get great launch off of these chicanes with the four-wheel drive. If we can get the power down and get everything turning, so should be flat here at the Grande, I think. No, big lift that time. Tricky. It feels like a heavy car, even though it's not. I bet you it's more of a. I don't know what this car. I was kind of expecting this to be really elegant almost, but it's not a Sesto Corsa. Apparently not, and maybe it is compared to some other similar Lamborghinis with four-wheel drive. I don't know. I haven't driven enough. just understeer. I don't know again if that's the four-wheel drive or exactly what's going on. There we go, just about get the thing turned in again, kind of between gears for Lesmo 2 there. Down the back straightaway to Ascari. Probably gonna be a long break zone here, turn-in's tricky for this. So oh yeah, plow right off track, huh? Well, that's really mystifying. So here's the gravel pouring out underneath the thing. Huh, that's very peculiar. I was expecting this to be maybe not the best handling car ever. Certainly you turn in and it does what you want. That's kind of proven not to be the case. Again, they're between gears. Not quite going slow enough to second. Very, very deep in the bottom of third gear. I don't know. I'm kind of mystified by this car and honestly not really enjoying it that much. I don't know. It just doesn't scream ultimate performance Lamborghini. Again, we can't get stopped for turn 1. We're at 200, so. Very, very interesting car. This, I guess this won't be that good of a lap necessarily. Turn it nice and really see if we can get through. Curve Grande we do this time. Just about without having a lift. Just about get stopped for the second chicane. Very low center speed, 50 miles an hour. Huh. Very interesting car. Definitely not one of my favorites I've ever driven, to be honest. Very slow through there. Front end taking forever to get in. Not helped by being between second and third gear, pretty much. Try to brake a little bit earlier up here in Ascari. Braking like 250 again between gears, still slide quite a bit wide. Really having to pedal through here to get the thing turned. Using a lot of the runoff, that's a little bit worrying. Very, very interesting car this. I was not expecting this kind of struggle to get the car turned in. Big four-wheel slide there as I try to turn him with a little bit too much speed. Very, very interesting driving dynamics. Not a fan, but here we go. Regardless, we'll start our flying lap here. Cross the line. Try to make turn 1 a little smoother this time. Shouldn't have a problem. Try to brake early. 225 or so there. Probably a little bit cautious in there, under drove it just a little bit, but it's better than going flying off into nowhere, having no laps. So. Try to keep it flat here, get turned in early, try to get the nose to cut. Looks like it's done that good enough. Very, very interesting handling car on a track like this. Dropped the wheel on the grass there, might have hurt our braking slightly, but just about got it stopped. Here through with Lesmo 1. See if we can get the thing turned in. Big slide that time. Grab second there to help us on the exit. Again, down the third, right at the bottom of third gear. Unfortunately, that was a little better from there that time, actually. Again, we'll brake early up to Ascari, 250 or so. I think is the number I'm putting up. Again, not necessarily right there at 200. Just about get the thing turned in. Had that big lift there. We were going to run out the gravel track on exit. We made it. Just barely. Very, very not enjoyable car from a pure driving standpoint. 175 there, still wasn't really enough, slid quite a bit there. Get the power down, try to maximize the exit to the line. Straighten this out just a little bit, we're going to need fifth gear here right at the end. Across the line is a 154.111, so competitive lap time, but again, I think that's slower than the 49, which is a little bit mystifying. Yeah, that's slower than the C7R, slower than the 49 by just over a second again, so I don't know. I don't know. Sesto Elemento 154.111. I mean, you tell me when you watch this, everybody. I'm curious your thoughts on this car. I don't know what I just pressed. Okay, there we go. I guess I just pressed camera view. I don't want third person camera. That's lame. I don't know. I'm not sold on that car being like, I don't know, the ultimate car or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on it too much. But anyways, that's a wrap here for the Sesto Elemento. I won't say I'm disappointed, but an interesting car to add to the list. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a big like and a sub down below so you don't miss any of the action from Assetto Corsa, iRacing, F122, or anything else I may throw up at any given time. So I appreciate all the support, all the love so much. It's been an absolute blast doing this. If I could press the right button, that would be helpful. But that's another episode done. So until next time, bye.